Hello Stampers and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. I am super excited about this stamp set because I love flowers. If you've been following me on my blog, laurastamppad.com, or here on my video tutorials, you've known that I love flowers and a good scrolly font like that one there. The Flower Patch stamp set is super fun. There's so many different flower images and leaves and stems that you can kind of build any flower that you want, whether it's a whole flower bundle like this one here, or whether it's just a few flowers just, singly placed there. You could easily do just one flower if you wanted. Or then there's this bunch here, which I super love. I would love to see this card in pink, so that is on my to-do list for sure. This stamp set does bundle and save. You save 15% when you purchase this stamp set, Flower Patch, with the coordinating framelits Flower Fair. And the Flower Fair coordinating framelits actually cut out all of the flowers so you don't have to do any fussy cutting. So that's how I was able to cut out all the leaves and flowers here for all that dimension and in depth to my flower arrangement there. So super love that. Here's another one. I did not fussy cut that out. There was the matching framelits that were so fabulous with that. And then this one is just all layered just so perfectly with the little bling of rhinestones. I love it. So I just want to show you a few little tips and tricks with this stamp set and the coordinating framelits. So let's just pull in some scrap Whisper White cardstock. So here I have that, and I'm actually going to be using Cucumber Crush for my stem. So the stem or the leaf that we're actually going to be using is this one here with this one here. So we're going to get that building of the leaf, and that's this leaf right here. Super cute. With this one, I found I like to use the same color for both of them. I like to use Cucumber Crush, but I stamp off, so I'm going to start with that background image. So that background image is all stamped up, but I'm just going to stamp off and then stamp that down onto my Whisper White cardstock. So you get that lighter version. Then I'm going to re-ink the other image, the leaf, the patterned leaf image, and then just stamp that right on top. Oh, I'm missing a couple leaves being inked up. Glad I caught that. And there you have that gorgeous two-toned leaf there. Super cute. And then of course there is the coordinating framelit to cut that one out. So that's this one here, and you'll see you can just kind of lay that down. That one's one of the easy ones to lay down with your framelits. Another flower I'm going to show you is this flower here. Oh, I'm sorry. This flower here with this one here. And these you can actually just layer right on top of each other. So here I'm actually going to be using Perfect Plum for that base flower. So we're just going to ink this one up in Perfect Plum, your lighter color. And then I'm going to take Blackberry Bliss and do that little center foo-foo flower. So this color is just a hint darker, and I'm just going to stamp that in the center. And there's no way that it like matches up perfectly to go down the flower, so you don't have to worry about lining it up. You can just stamp it down, and some of the petals might fall off a little bit, like right here it's in between, but that's perfectly fine. It's not going to come out any different in your framelit. So I'm just going to set those aside, and now I'm just going to show you a couple tips with the framelits. So I showed you that the leaf is super simple. It just kind of goes directly on there just like that. And then there's a tip for this flower. So you'll notice that it could be kind of difficult, and you might sit here and be going around and around for a long time. But I have a couple tips. The tip is that you'll notice that each of the petals have a little petal in between them. But there is one that does not, and that's this one right here. This one does not have a little petal in between. So I just took a Sharpie marker and just put a little mark there so that I know that that's where that one goes. It goes in that section that doesn't have a flower in between the two larger petals. So that makes it super simple to line up every single time. So you can just take a marker and put a little mark right there so that you know that that's sort of your go-to spot. I also have for the biggest flower, which is this one here, you'll notice that this one is actually done and it has a couple like larger petals that pop out just a little bit farther than the rest. So you're going to want to look on your framelit and find those larger ones, and then that's sort of your starting off point. So there's actually two of them, and it looks like this one's it, but it's not. Here's the other one. Let's just rotate it around, and look, that's a perfect one. So again, you can mark yours if you want. I haven't marked this one yet. That's the first one that I marked, but you can always mark those tip petals that you notice that are sort of your go-to points, and then that makes it easier so that you're not spinning it around thinking, I swear I've tried each one and it's just not working. So those are your go-to petals that you want to look for when you're working with it. So there it is, so perfectly. Then there's a couple more flowers that I wanted to show you as well that also have the coordinating framelits. So there are framelits for like almost every single flower in this stamp set, which is super fun. There's this little flower here, and he's got the little framelit too, so he's super cute. And then there's a bigger version of him there, and he's got a matching framelit as well. And those are all just little bumps going around. And then there's this one here, and this one here has all these zigzag points, but there are two of them that are actually like curved a little bit. So like most of them kind of go like this, but there's a couple that kind of curve a little bit. And so I put two little marks, they're almost directly across from each other, two little marks with my Sharpie marker again on those curved ones. So you can see that the curved one is that one there. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. So you can see the curved one here and the curved one there. So I just line up, like I can start on one, and this one looks like it curves the other way. So let's turn it around. Must go this way. And there I have it perfectly lined up. So just find those little points and make those marks. This one here, you'll see this one kind of has like a little foo-foo of a curve. And so again, that's what you're going to look for on your flower stamped image whenever you go to line up your framelit. And then this one here sort of has that one, like that kind of pops out just a little bit wider than the rest. Oh, nope, that's not the right one. And there it is. So super fabulous, so much fun. You can build them on a flat surface like I did in this card, or you can always cut them all out, but no fussy cutting necessary to create beautiful cards like these. This one I did in Wisteria Wonder for the flowers here, Elegant Eggplant for the little ones and for that center, and then I used Cucumber Crush for all of my leaves. I used the Tin of Cards Greeting for that beautiful scrolly font that I love for that happy birthday, and of course I added a few little rhinestones to finish it off. And this one I used Pink Pirouette and Rose Red for the flower and Cucumber Crush for the stem there. And then of course little rhinestones for the center. You could also do just one flower and then add like a nice little greeting on the bottom. You could also add ribbon on the bottom if you'd like as well. I thought it would be just nice and simple like this, and then I can use it for any occasion. Then this one I used the Elegant Dots embossing folder for that background, which is this white here. You might be able to see it better on the inside. But then you can see that texture there. And then I used lots of different colors for these. I used Tempting Turquoise and Island Indigo for this flower. Cucumber Crush stamped off, and then Cucumber Crush on top. Blackberry Bliss, Crushed Curry, and Tangerine Tango, and then of course I added little pearl accents too, so super cute for that. And then I used all the same stamp set, so this uses all of the Flower Patch stamp set, including the greeting there. So there's all of the beautiful flowers for that. So be sure to get this stamp set because it's so much fun and super fabulous if you love flowers just like me. And don't forget the bundle and save to get the Flower Fair Framelits as well. You save 15% that way, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. Be sure to check out my blog, laurastamppad.com, to see more samples of these cards and more using framelits and flower stamps. I'll leave a link down below to lots of my flower stamps, and you can check those out, laurastamppad.com. Until next time, happy stamping. Bye-bye.